You guys have been asking for it, so today the war between the Angels and the Saiyans has finally begun. The first one to throw a punch would be a Saiyan anomaly known as Zykor. He just sprung right in front of an Angel and knocked him unconscious with a disgustingly sharp punch. The father of all Saiyans, Gogito, follows up with a declaration. He states that if becoming the king is what it takes to prove that my people are stronger, then sure, I'll be the king. Gogito then unleashes Super Saiyan White together with Goku and Vegeta and then tells all of the Saiyans in the vicinity to advance. This is a war that will prove who is the mightiest race in all of the multiverse. Now, if by some weird chance you guys haven't already caught the previous parts of our Gogito saga, also known as our What If Gogeta and Vegito Fused arc, you're gonna be confused at this point, so go ahead, binge out those first 5 parts, check out the pilot episode which is gonna explain all of the lore to this story and also serves as the prelude to this war. But without further ado, you fellas already know what to do. If you want to see more of this original What If, be sure to tap into that like button down below. But as far as what happens in the war next, let's hop right in. So Zykor will be the first one to come into action, therefore all eyes are on him, but something is still unusual. He can feel the glare of the Angels, however none of them are attacking or even intimidating him. Grand Priest, what's this? I've already told my men to advance and yet none of your fellows have taken a step even after Zykor's provocation, Gogito asks. The Grand Priest grins and replies, it's because they know. All of them already know that this entire vicinity, everything, is under my control. There's simply no need for them to act. What do you mean, Gogito asks? Listen, Gogito, this man is fully intent on winning this war all by himself. This is what he means. Salama answers Gogito's question in the Grand Priest's stead. Goku and Vegeta, on the other hand, exchange glances with Whis. There are no words, just silence, but even Goku and Vegeta know the true intent of this war is to see who's better. There's no way they're gonna lose to Whis, not them. Listen, Kakarot, leave Whis to me. I was the one who first asked him to take me as his disciple, and I should be the one who surpasses and defeats him, Vegeta requests. I understand, Vegeta. To be honest, I'm not even interested in the Angels. I'd rather fight that guy from earlier who knocked out an Angel. He seems oddly familiar, Goku replies. Whatever, do as you please. And speaking of familiar faces, I get the feeling that as long as we're here, I'll never run out of faces to look at. There are just too many people. Too chaotic, Vegeta says. Going back to the Grand Priest and Gogito, Zykor overhears the Grand Priest say that the war will come to an end without any action from the other Angels. He feels insulted and proceeds to do something that even Gogito was feeling reserved about. He jumps from his position, eclipses right past Gogito and Zalama, and then braces himself to land a sinister kick on the Grand Priest head himself. Zykor simply believes that he'll permanently change the tide of this war by himself. He has no concept of universes or power hierarchies because back where he's from, he was the strongest. It was the single undeniable truth of that alternate reality. Unfortunately, one's beliefs about themselves aren't always true. Right as Zykor's leg is approaching the Grand Priest's head at an astonishingly fast speed, it begins to slow down. It continues to slow down to the millionth and then down to the billionth fraction of a second. I do not mind recklessness, but self-destruction is a different breed. See this, Zykor? The thing that is stopping you from attacking me is the infinity that exists between us. You can try for all eternity, but you'll never reach me, the Grand Priest states. He then prepares to make an example out of Zykor so that the other Saiyans can decide for themselves if they truly believe that they are the mightier race. Though right as he grabs Zykor's arm with the intention of ripping it off, both Goku and Xenogoku appear on either side and grab his arms. Not so fast, Your Highness. We kinda like this guy, they state. The Grand Priest laughs and then pulverizes their arms instead. Of course, he had deliberately let them touch him. Gogito would see all of this happen a few seconds ago thanks to his premonition, which allowed him the luxury of stepping in so that he can avoid it if he needed to. And he does exactly that. Gogito elapses beyond them after pushing both Goku and Xeno Goku a little away from each other. He also kicks Zykor away as it was too early to lose someone like him just yet, and then Gogito faces the Grand Priest himself. Eye to eye. How very bold, Gogito, but are you sure you want to fight me so early in the game? The Saiyan realm will lose face if the first one who goes down is the king himself, the Grand Priest states. You underestimate me. And for the sake of my people, I won't tolerate any more disrespect, Gogito replies. The tension was there. Gogito could tell that the Grand Priest has a hold on everyone's location. He can bend the reality to his will, but what about Gogito? He created Universe 13 in his image. It's basically his energy. So Gogito will use some sort of an Uno reverse card here. He extends his presence to all of the angels in the vicinity and makes the Grand Priest realize that he's not the only one who has the authority to bend the laws of physics to their will. Zalama laughs. Looks like you won't be able to solo this verse by yourself, oh Grand Priest, he says. Oh, give me a break. I knew what I was up against. Just wanted to make sure if this man is the real deal or not. Rejoice, Gogito. You pass, the Grand Priest replies, and then he gives all the angels a signal. A signal that tells them to advance. Vegeta immediately dashes forth and confronts Whis. Looks like we both have the same hair color now, Vegeta. How do you reckon this war will end, Whis says. Who knows? Who cares? Don't distract yourself with the war, Whis. My opponent for today is you. I can tell that you're the strongest angel that's not the Grand Priest. Beating you would be an honor, Vegeta replies. He was bold, but prepared nonetheless. Xeno Broly is wreaking absolute havoc across the battlefield. He's knocked out cold about 100 angels until finally, Awamo, the Angel of Universe 1, stops him in his tracks. Gohan is seemingly walking around whilst dodging attacks and avoiding confrontations. He seeks to have a full-scale view of everything and also to find out if the angels are hiding someone strong. Coincidentally, Bardock had the same idea. He greets Gohan, and although neither of them know each other, they know that they can trust each other. You know, you look a lot like my dad, Gohan says. Really? Who knows? Maybe your dad is my son, Bardock laughs. This version of Bardock definitely liked to keep things a little bit candid. However, before their conversation could lead to anything productive, Mojito from Universe 9 appears before them and requests a battle. I can tell that you two are gauging the enemy. That's commendable. Let me request a battle against you two. I'm sure it'll be fun, Mojito asks. Out of all 12 angels that serve the destroyers, he is the most disingenuous. In many ways, he's the complete opposite of Gohan or Bardock. Meanwhile, Makarita from Universe 11 was toying with the Saiyan masses that stood behind Gogito's 12 pillars. She continues to walk amidst them and make them fall unconscious just from the terror of her presence. Though one man was far too proud to succumb. I've already forsaken my pride once before. Not again. Never again, states King Vegeta, the final ruler of planet Vegeta. He faces Makarita right in the eye and initiates a Big Bang attack. He already knows that it'll be futile, but there's just something to be said about dying for the sake of your honor. Though 30 seconds ago, one of the 12 pillars, the one we refer to as Future Trunks, saw the commotion. He saw Makarita ravaging the Saiyans and decided to act. He reaches them right on time and saves King Vegeta from getting massacred by Makarita. That was close, he says. Right now, Trunks was in his Ascended Rage transformation. It's pretty much an evolved form of the same Rage transformation Trunks used against Zamasu, however, it was completed thanks to Gogito's DNA. He's now about almost, if not just as strong as Vegeta was in the Tournament of Power. Impressive, young man. Just who are you, the king asks. Vegeta's son and Bulma's baby. Trunks says this little sentence and then bails off without another word. The king, though? He does eventually put two and two together, realizing that Trunks is his grandson, and lets out a contagious laughter that echoes through the Saiyan ranks. It fuels everyone's adrenaline, giving them the energy and the willpower to keep fighting. The Angel of Universe 8 named Korn was observing the scenario from up above. Inspiring your people with laughter? I don't think we angels are capable of something that preposterous, Korn comments. He's indifferent to the war and seeks to observe everything that's going on for the time being. Then you have our other fusions, Gotenks and Kefla, and these two are also one of the 12 pillars. They're just kinda having fun trying to defeat the weaker angels, but to no one's surprise, neither of them have landed a W yet or even a solid punch. Still, they are at least competitive with each other, which is good for the time being. This then brings us to Xeno Vegeta. He alone is sitting on a rock with his eyes closed. It was intriguing enough that Zalama personally reached out to him and asked, "What's wrong, Vegeta? How come you aren't participating in the war?" he asks. "Keep your concerns to yourself, Lord Zalama. My participation in this war is already in play," Xeno Vegeta replies. Oh my god, what a weird kid, Zalama remarks, and then looks back at the confrontation between King Gogito and the Grand Priest. How about it? We both just release our holds on each other's races and let the kids brawl it out amongst themselves, Gogito proposes. Isn't that what's going on? The Grand Priest replies. No. I can tell you're still expending a stupid amount of energy by focusing your prowess on everyone fighting underneath. How can I fight you when you're barely even here? Please cut the crap, Gogito sincerely states. The Xeno duo would overhear this and tell the Grand Priest to do it. They want to see him fight too. Just focus on fighting this guy Gogito. He looks strong and awesome. Very well then, the Grand Priest replies as he releases his hold on all of the angels, and in return, Gogito does the same to the Saiyans. The two of them then approach each other step by step. They're literally walking just in space, and then, when they're within fighting distance, both the Grand Priest and Gogito land a punch on each other's faces the good old school way. I'm surprised you obliged so easily, Gogito comments. Well, answering Xeno-sama's call is my duty after all. Unless it's something unreasonable, of course, then I'll use my own judgment, the Grand Priest replies. I still don't understand why someone like you is below the Omni King in the power hierarchy. What makes you inferior, Gogito asks. The Grand Priest would meet Gogito's gaze and then let out a chuckle. If you honestly think being someone's attendant makes one inferior to them, then your intelligence is just as fleeting as your little universe. Don't delude yourself into thinking you ever have a shot at becoming anything in the multiverse. I have a little surprise prepared for you actually, the Grand Priest declares. Oh yeah? Well, consider me surprised because I prepared a little surprise for your surprise. Seriously, I wonder what Shishido is doing right now, Gogito declares back. She who? The Grand Priest asks. Meanwhile, in Universe 0, Shishido has a vision of someone. And if you guys haven't caught it by now, this series is gonna tie directly into our Universe 0 fan manga as well. I know a ton of you have been asking about that. So we're gonna do something a little bit cool and tie it into this story as well. If you haven't caught up on our Universe 0 fan manga, the Omni Goku saga, that will be linked up at the top of the screen as well. So let's see where we can take this story from here. However, in Universe 0, this vision that Shishido would see was actually Yamoshi. A vision of Yamoshi currently fighting in the war against the angels. And if you guys want a part 7 of this legendary What If series, you already know what to do. 3,000 likes is going to be the goal for this one. But thank you all so much for watching until the end as always. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Have a great day. Subscribe to the second channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.